Hey everyone. I know I said last time was probably going to be the last time, but there was one burning question remaining about Sinner, so here we go. Time to explore the great mystery of this game. All I need to do is bait an attack and time my guard properly. Kinda want to lure him away from the other guys, but honestly it doesn't matter. I'm not attempting to win this fight. I just want to get one parry in. Just need to make sure I don't get stabbed in the middle of the attempt. Alright, that's it. I'm just going for it. And there's the answer. It's garbage! Everything about this weapon is garbage. Except for one thing. You can do this. This is kinda neat. I surrender! That doesn't actually do anything. So, that's it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm just kidding. That wasn't going to be the whole video. I figure there is one last thing that I might as well attempt. It's probably not going to be all that impressive at this point, but somebody in the thread did say that they found it interesting watching me get better at the game as I went along. So I thought, let's go ahead. Let's try Trial of Consequence one time. See whether I can actually get through the whole game on one life. Maybe I have improved over time. Maybe I'm going to screw up somewhere along the way. We'll see. At the very least, there are going to be no gimmicks in this playthrough. I'm just going to pick whatever I think are the best weapons to go against each boss, and, play defensively, make sure that, if nothing else, I survive and get to go on to fight the next one. I got my order pretty well set. I got my strategies in place. I've got all the resources that the game has to offer, so let's go for it. I'd like to say I'm pretty sure I got a lot better at fighting Chanel after all those attempts in Nightmare. I mean, I should be better at fighting most of the bosses, but I didn't get a lot of practice against some of them. And Chanel was really the one where I had to change up my strategy the most in order to finish her quickly before Camberluce would show up to disrupt our duel. Here I actually can afford to take my time, wait for those parry opportunities, and of course expend all of the resources that I've got, all the items and power-ups and so on, because I don't have to worry about beating all the rest of the bosses without a refill. We're at the midway of the fight. I managed to knock her out of her shooting animation. Always a plus. And that was a colossal mistake. I'm thinking I probably should get the firebombs ready at this point, because I didn't need healing until I completely screwed that up. Whereas I could have interrupted her animation a lot more easily. And now she's going to turn into worm form. I'm not even going to attempt to finish her before that. This guy is hardly a threat, to be honest. No particular rush, we'll just take our time, whiff every so often, as you do. And take advantage of the ample opportunities he gives to attack without any danger at all. When they're exactly the same fights, the stakes are just higher, because if I lose once, that's the end of the run. Not that that costs me all that much when it's the first boss, I just have to go through the tutorial area again. Later in the playthrough, when things become a bit tougher, it is going to be a threat of losing a lot of progress. But I suppose if I can't handle this challenge, I'm never going to be up for the later ones anyway. So, a near miss. But I've gotten through lots of near misses. And early on, it's easy to get right back to where I was. So, one boss down, 7 to go. And no, I'm not adding Modic to this mode. There's no additional reward for it, so why would I take the chance? I liked my performance last time with the Crescent Halberd and False Shield, so I'm taking that into this fight in addition to the Pick of Chastity. To be honest, this is probably the only fight where I'm not going to take the Greatsword. I'm kind of back to the way I took this fight the first time through, pulling out the shield when I'm fighting the Indok form, and probably switching to the pick for the Undok form. But we'll kind of see how it goes. A lot of it's going to depend on how far I am away from them at any time. Not going to get in and interrupt that particular changeover. And I might as well use the ranged attacks when I have the opportunity. So it's probably going to be a much slower fight than the ones I'm used to. I don't really think that's a problem. As long as I survive, I'm meeting my objectives. Wait for the swap, and go in and start interrupting some attacks, hopefully. It is the big problem with the False Shield. I can't parry any of the attacks, but I don't think I would benefit all that much anyway. We just kind of want to avoid as much damage as possible. Make sure that we survive the fight that I very rarely manage to get through without at least one death. I was kind of hoping to use the charged attack there, but I didn't wait until I had stopped running to hit the button, so I just did a shield bash. Admittedly, an incredibly slow fight compared to my usual, but I'm preserving a lot of stuff. Don't think I'll be suffering from taking the occasional hit here and there, because all the HP is going to regenerate eventually. Just have to remember which weapon I've got equipped at any time so I can use the appropriate strategy, either guarding or not guarding. And guarding is obviously imperfect in a lot of situations too. I wonder whether the shield bash should be enough to knock them out of some of their animations. Alright, now's the time to just lay on the damage as quickly as I can. This is where going on the offense is vital. And of course getting the firebombs out there while Undok is going to be standing still. Trying to get the spears in play before she moved out of the puddle of fire. Didn't quite get there. But aside from watching for the big gap in the floor, I think I'm alright with damage output. The tried and true strategy: run away and throw everything I've got. I have kind of gotten away from it when I was trying out some of the weapons. Definitely going back to it when I need the safety. One more spear's worth of damage. So that's that done. And yeah, there was no chandelier summoning animation. They're just falling already, so kind of unfortunate, but I think I can finish the fight without the chandeliers really playing a big part in it. Not the worst damage trade-off, I suppose. I think that's the first time I've ever had this shield guard broken. But getting down to the end, just need to take it slow and steady. And hope the game doesn't freeze up or crash or anything like that. Well, I guess the shield doesn't even block all frontal attacks. I'm definitely improving. Next up, probably one of the easier bosses once you really get down to it. I hated him at first just because this was the one I tried so many times before I really knew how the game was played. So Faiztalas is probably kind of a symbol of frustration for a lot of players. I think I can get by, though. I haven't really done a whole lot against him with the false shield. But it does come in handy if I don't think I'll be able to parry a particular attack. And especially when closing in from a distance, because he is going to throw a lot of stuff at me, I can just hide behind the shield. But it'll be the greatsword whenever I actually want to do some damage. And ideally when I want to parry that attack, sometimes it's not going to work though. Again, it's really nice not to have a specific time limit during this fight. Yeah, he teleported before the firebomb hit him. That's new. And unfortunately, I'm overestimating the range of the false halberd. Yeah, false halberd, right? But I kind of like having the shield up when he teleports because I don't know where he's going to show up. It's also nice to be able to hit him from cover. That's pretty cool. I think I got him this time. Looks like he was summoning slugs, but didn't quite get there. We should be at the midway at this point. Yep, there he is. Once again, keeping the shield handy just in case it's easier to guard some stuff than hide from it or dodge it. Not usually a factor by this point in the fight, though. Should be popping down at any moment. Yeah, not as easy to use the combo with this weapon because it's pretty slow, so I'm going to get caught in his teleportation move. Didn't see that coming until it was just too late. Yeah, that combo works just fine. There you are. Let's give this another try. Again, I'm parrying way too early. Alright, I know how to make you stop doing all that stuff. Not a good time for it. But we should now be at the final phase of the fight. Deal with the little dudes. Hopefully before he comes back down to ground level. And I switched away from my healing, of course. Alright, time to put this to bed. Sadly, I'm out of fire bombs, so I do just kind of have to wait for him to come to me, or wait for opportunities to close the distance myself. I keep thinking when he's using that move I could get in another hit, but I have to watch my stamina in this mode. Alright, I don't know how all that stuff missed me. But again, I think this is a fair time to play it safe. And just throw weapons at him from a distance, because I don't need to be next to him. Making steady progress. Of course, you know what weapons we gotta go into this fight with. I'll open with the Greatsword just for that opening attack, get in some easy damage at the start, and then it'll be the Scythe for as long as I think I can reasonably parry him. And instead of going for a second attack, I'll just get one hit and get out of there so I don't take a lot of damage when I run out of stamina. At least my parrying game is back on. Don't know why he fell down so slowly, though. No, that was kind of weird. Yeah, not going to give him an opportunity to throw a lot of stuff at me. See if I can get some damage over time going. That, and maybe get him to walk into some mines, although that one is kind of underground, so I don't suspect he'll be walking into it. And the side does have this one really interesting move. Might as well get some use out of it. And go for those running hits and the few opportunities that I have. Okay, that was very unfortunate. He got the mine, but he's running the wrong way. As long as I get the parry off, I don't mind so much if those soldiers catch up to me. There we go. Got that little bit of extra damage in, and he switched to his greatsword, so I'll do the same. And it's really just a matter of waiting until he gets close enough and going for the big hits. Nobody's gonna knock me out of this one. And the lightning spears are just kind of a bonus at this point. I don't know that I really need to hold out until I can kill him just with spears anymore. Because this tactic is really effective. I mean, yeah, I take some hits, but I don't think I really mind that at this point. I'm too close to done. Alright, that's the easy half finished. Time for the fight that I am most afraid of. This is the one where one instance of bad positioning will just finish you off. This and Angron, really. But I think this one is considerably less kind. With Angron, it's really just one attack that you gotta watch out for. Fighting Camberluce, there are holes everywhere. Granted, the small shield may not be the best choice here, but I don't think I'm going to get guard broken during the fight, because I'm not actually going to be blocking any attacks. That's mainly just in case I get some opportunities to do some fast hits. I suppose I could use the gauntlets. That just really doesn't seem like a very good idea. Those will probably do nothing to him. I guess it might be worth trying it out and say Illusion Challenge just to see whether I actually do any damage with the gloves. That was a very close one. I don't know if I've got a good angle of approach here. Alright. Close, very badly positioned, but I survived. And again, the floor is breaking. I believe that is going to be the end of my run. Well, still kicking anyway. And this is the one boss where I'm really tempted just to take the big risks. Because it goes on for so long. Got so much opportunity to make mistakes, and the faster I get them done, the fewer mistakes I'm likely to make. But, you know, steady good play, if I can pull it off, that's the only way to go. And going for the big hits when he's weak. I really liked that roll. That one right there. Alright, this roll I don't think I mind all that much either. Except that I took way too much damage from it. Alright, back to the normal pattern. We do have an iceberg nearby, just in case we need it. That was unfortunate. But hey, I dodged one jump. Alright, out of healing. That takes some options off the table, which isn't always a bad thing. Why is this the fight when he ends up in the water constantly? Why couldn't it have been any of the fights when I didn't have to beat him in one go? I think I'm taking some risks here going in for those attacks when he's not really weak. But it's working out. Getting the damage done. As long as I can judge the distance properly, because I think if he picks me up and eats me at this point, I'm more or less finished. Admittedly full health, but it's not going to last for long. The good news is it doesn't have to. We're almost done here. Honestly, I don't know why I'm switching back to my healing all the time. I think at the time I hadn't noticed that I was out of it. Well, that was probably a fight I didn't deserve to win, but definitely not complaining. I've got to keep going. Again, not expecting to get a lot of use out of the straight sword, but it is probably the most reliable weapon I've got for quick attacks. So, good to keep around. And while the right leg is a good one to target in Nightmare mode, I honestly think I should be targeting the other one here. It's the one that I'm used to. And to be honest, I don't beat roads in Nightmare mode very often. So I think I miss a lot of hits because I'm so used to having the other leg targeted. I really thought I would get past that. I mean, it is nice having the leg targeted where I can naturally dodge his shield to the left. And I'm not even going to attempt to do the sword attack here. I'm just going to throw fire bombs at him. But he's got minions right next to him, and I don't really have a good opportunity to recover. So, here ends my run. But, honestly, I'm satisfied with that. I think that was a pretty good run for my first attempt, and I could revisit it. Maybe I'll beat it one day. Otherwise, thanks for watching the LP, and I'll see everybody next time.